Las Vegas, Nevada, inside the legendary HyperX Arena at the Luxor. This is the PorterWay Podcast Live. Tonight, we are bringing you championship energy, real fight talk, and the voices shaping the boxing from inside and outside the ring. Special thank you to Luxor Hotel and Casino for hosting us, and to Allied Esports for powering tonight's production. Now, let's get started. Please help me in welcoming your hosts. We're kicking things off with the man who always brings the insight, the interviews, and the inside scoop. He's ringside, he's backstage, and somehow always 10 steps ahead. Please make some noise for our guy, Shawn Zittel. Now this guy, next guy, brings the real talk, the laughs, and always keeps us grounded in what the fans are thinking. Give it up for the one and only Antt. Now, our final and next guest is a familiar face to the PorterWay Podcast faithful. Whether he's breaking down fights or catching us all off guard with a hot take, he always keeps it real and always keeps it sharp. Back with us tonight as our special guest co-host, make some noise for Carson A. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, he is the former IBF and WBC welterweight champion of the world, a relentless warrior in the ring, a respected analyst outside of it, and the heart and soul behind the PorterWay Podcast. Put your hands together for the one, the only, Showtime, Shawn Porter.
Everybody, stand up, Zittel. Stand up, Zittel. We gotta show some love to the 7 people we got here right now.
700.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be a few more that roll up in here.
And the crowd went mild.
Listen, real quick before we sit down, I'm up there and I'm just thinking about we started this thing it's been almost 5 years. Yeah. And ever since we started this thing, I've been saying the same thing, bigger and better, bigger and better. And I feel like every single year we've been able to get a little bit bigger. Hurtful, a little bit bigger, fair, a little bit, we do, a little bit better, and this is the next step. Okay. HyperX Arena, y'all.
Yeah, beautiful facility.
Zittel, how you feel?
Beautiful. This is my two worlds colliding, boxing and video games. I couldn't be more at home.
George Costanza, worlds colliding.
If you could choose between esports and boxing,
I'd have to pick boxing, but sadly, I'd want to pick video games, but this is the sport that actually gives me drive and purpose and positive things, and not
and finances
and money. Yeah.
Never got into trying to do it with the esports stuff though.
I would like to, but those guys like you at boxing, it's their whole life. They're very good at what they do, and there's a lot of money in video game streaming and all that, but this is more grown man business, talking to fights.
What about you? You picking up the sticks while you in here?
Oh, man, I was on it last night. I'm on the NCAA. Shout out to my man Carson.
Absolutely.
You don't know nothing about
Shout out
that?
to Kent State.
They got an event going on after we do this show, so you're more than welcome to stick around.
You gonna play?
No,
That means no.
I don't like having my heart broken, and that's what happens when I play.
That's part of video games.
That's what happens when I play video games. But listen,
it means you lose a lot.
We got a fabulous arena here. Shout out to HyperX Arena and the Luxor for having us tonight. We're gonna have a great show tonight. We're gonna sit down. I want you guys to enjoy what we got coming to you guys. We're gonna talk about Barrios versus Manny Pacquiao. We're gonna talk about a little bit about the undercard. Undercard's moved around a little bit.
Got Alexander Usyk defending the heavyweight title, pound for pound.
We're gonna sneak that in there as well. We're gonna sneak that in. You guys will be we'll be right back. You guys enjoy the break. We'll see you in a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Microsoft Theater just wanna have fun, clap my hands, turn around now and dance, dance, dance. I just wanna have fun, clap my hands, turn around now. I just wanna have fun, turn around now, turn around now. I just wanna have fun, turn around now, turn around now. I just wanna turn around, dance, 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 dance. I just wanna clap, turn around, dance, dance. I just wanna clap, turn around, dance. I just wanna
Welcome back to the PorterWay Podcast. As you can see, we have an addition to the crew tonight. I want to welcome to the PorterWay Podcast for the first time, if I'm not mistaken.
First time, yes,
We've been
sir.
trying to put this together.
We've been talking about it for a long time.
Yeah, multiple Grammy nominee, D Smoke. Welcome to the PorterWay Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
You in Las Vegas, fight weekend. You said, hey, big fights on. I'm only coming to Vegas for one thing.
For fights, that's it.
That's it.
Fight or shows. I'll come out for a show.
Got to do the shows.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, UFC 2 or just boxing?
I'm a UFC fan, but I'm not really traveling to go see UFC like that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a boxing fan.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's get into it. First thing we got to get into, right? I'm not patting myself on the back when I say this.
That's 100% back patent coming soon.
Because there's a lot of people who are like, yo, you called it, you said it, you had the vision. Bill Haney. Antt, Bill Haney.
Shout out to Bill Haney, man. I mean, he said, unless drug testing starts today,
I know.
the fight is off. So, I mean, anything possible, Sean. Bill Haney does a lot of capping, A.K.A. lying. I just wanted to fight. Honestly, you don't got a monster, but you have a technician in your son. I feel like he talks up a fight and then never delivers.
What about you, Zittel? I said why I thought this fight wouldn't happen. I thought in a lot of ways it didn't make sense. Seeing Bill come on and say, "Hey, if we're not doing the drug test, what does Bill expect? Like Bada to show up tonight? Like what?"
Yeah, if you're Team Norman, well, first of all, it's fair to be suspicious of Norman wanting to push it to August 1st, but at the same time, I think I once asked Victor Conti, do you know how to beat the VADA tests? Because he helped conceive them, right? He helped VADA make these tests. And he answered quickly, yes. But we also means that we know how to catch you as well. But he let it slip that, yeah, he knows how to beat the test. He was one of the people very influential in the formation of VADA, I believe. We know the Haney's close relationship with Snack and Conti's close relationship with VADA. So I think I speak for the public, a lot of the boxing world, who says, we hear you, Bill, and we're not saying that necessarily Norman wanting to push the test back to a certain date isn't suspicious on him, but we're equally suspicious of you and Devin as well, because of the potential conflict of interest between all those parties I just mentioned and the dynamics between them. So, yeah, I think that's where we're at. I think
I always said with Victor Conti, he's like the guy who designed the Death Star. He knows how to destroy the Death Star, so he clearly knows how to beat the testing. The only thing I would say, with not a ton of insight on the subject, is do you give the Haneys any bail on that because of the Garcia situation?
Yeah, I think
maybe a little bit leery about drug testing because, he got beat by a guy who just popped hot.
Right.
I mean, from the Haney's, here's the Haney's point of view. What's the difference between right now, today, and 2 weeks from now? If you're clean today, you're clean 2 weeks from now, what's the problem? Here's the Norman's point of view. Who are you to dictate to us what we do when we do it? Turkey Al-Sheikh is funding the fight, and if he's okay with us beginning testing on August 1st, then we're okay with it, and that's what we're going to go with because you're not in control here. Yeah, that's where we're at.
What about you, Smoke? Is this a fight that you're interested in?
Absolutely. I think because I'm a boxing fan, I think Brian Norman poses a real threat to Devin Haney. I think it's high risk, low reward because the casuals don't necessarily know who Brian Norman is. So the fight starts long before they step in the ring, and I think it's one of those things where it's like we're going to demonstrate that we control more of this preliminary process than you do, and try to enforce things that take you outside of the focus of whatever your training camp looks like. So I think at any point you don't push back. You've already started to let them overstep, into your territory, which I think can affect your mentality going into the ring. Like, we've been bullied all through this. Now I'm tiptoeing in a space where I'm supposed to stomp, So, but
sometimes with ring size and who walks
all
first
of it.
versus.
I think it starts. I'm trying to remember what fight I've seen it happen where they didn't push back enough. So when they got in there, we saw a different version of that fighter. Like, a good example of that is, rehydration clause or something like that.
Yep.
You just accept all these terms, and then you get in there not feeling like the champion that you know yourself to be, because it's a whole different process than what you're accustomed to, because you're in there being a real B-side. So it could be some of that. I don't think Brian Norman is scared. I've seen some stuff of him that's like, oh, this guy's dangerous, but I don't think the casual fans know exactly who he is, which is only worse if he goes in there and puts a whooping on Haney.
I mean, Bill is saying he's calling out everybody. Is it true? He said he called out Ennis. He called out Brian. He just said every name.
Just because you say their name don't mean you calling them out.
That's what I'm saying.
You mentioned
They did try to make a fight with Lopez. That's legit. And Lopez didn't want to take the offer from Turkey, and so to give him that.
What about Boots? They tried to make that fight?
Yeah, there's no
no reason for
that.
Boots should be scared of Devin Haney.
There's no evidence of Team Haney.
But I said this. I said Bill they're just calling out everybody, and this time they got caught up. It's not a fight that he actually saw them getting or actually wanting. It wasn't, well, we see a hole in Norman's game, or he doesn't have enough experience yet, and things of that nature. It's just, we hustling, we going after it. I'm gonna keep my son relevant, and then you got yourself in trouble because you didn't expect the business to actually show up this time. And yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say a young, fresh fighter, more motivated than a Devin, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And Devin is great, but it's like people are hungry, and then you get in there and you feel that energy difference, Especially he has yet to get in there, in my opinion, and be comfortable since the Garcia fight. So, you don't want to get in there with somebody that dangerous where you haven't planted your feet yet. You haven't sat down and been like, I'm supposed to be here. or demonstrated it at least.
I'm gonna remind everybody we are talking Pacquiao versus Barrios, not the whole card, but majority of the main card. But before we get to that, one more thing on this to use it. I said like last week, I don't think the fight happens.
2 weeks.
Was it 2 weeks? So 2 weeks. Like when I said that, was there a part of you that felt like, nah, Sean, I think it's gonna happen?
Yeah, I'm still of the opinion that it probably will happen
I am too, by the way.
I don't. Right. I don't disagree with. I don't disagree with.
I'll explain.
When he mentioned it's high risk, low reward, it's not so much. I slightly disagree. He's right. Casuals don't know who Brian Norman is. That's why he was fighting in Japan at 4 o'clock in the morning, his last fight, to your point, right? But I do think there is a real reward there for Haney. There's so much respect. I'm one of the hardcores, right? But there's so much respect I think he'd earn from beating Norman, particularly if he beats him. He doesn't have to do what Shakur did against Zepeda, but if he beats him and it's a relatively exciting fight, you can't measure respect the way you can money and viewership and those. But I feel like that's a real reward out there. And if I got to keep it real, yeah, Sean, I knew exactly why you were saying what you were saying, because I called my guy True School, Brendan, when the fight happened, and we were surprised that Bill and Devin would take the fight. Not that it's not some unwinnable fight or anything like that. I favor Norman, but it's a huge risk, and you haven't settled in post Garcia yet. You got through phase 1. You got your win against Ramirez. I give him a bit of a pass on that fight because after what happened with Garcia, I didn't expect him to perform like that. I expected more. But I still kind of give him the pass, and we'll win this one, get back to looking like Devin Haney in the next one.
I just realized Brian Norman's the one that had that knockout.
Say it again.
Sasaki.
Yeah, against Sasaki.
Crazy knockout.
I wasn't putting 2 and 2 together.
And I want to
the knockout of the year?
Everybody
So far.
And I want to remind everybody before we let this thing go. People don't know a lot about Brian Norman Jr. They know about that big knockout. They know about the fight that he won right out here on ESPN against Santillon, right? Is it Santillon? Yeah, they know about that one, late round stoppage. Beautiful fight, but you don't know a lot about him. So you're on this hype train of he can thump, and he can. I'm not taking nothing away from him. Hopefully we still get him on the podcast soon. But the other side of that is we got to really respect what Devin Haney has done. Respect and understand that just because you didn't turn it back on after the fight against Ryan Garcia in that fight that he had against Jose Ramirez doesn't mean he doesn't have it anymore. Just means it didn't click totally that night. It's still a really good fight. I just think it doesn't make sense right now. That being said, I do think it's going to happen. It just didn't make sense when it first was announced. And I'm like, I don't know.
I think it's 2 elements to any good fighter, right? It's your skill set, and then it's that heart and that dog and that grit.
Yeah.
And I think the skill set is always there. But if let's say it's 50-50, and so much of that dog is taken from you in fights. How many fighters have we seen have traumatic fights and were never the same? You know what I'm saying?
That's Tim Tszyu this weekend. That's what we want to see with Tim Tszyu this weekend.
Exactly. And even his win, they were showing highlights from his latest win, and it was just like, I think Tim Tszyu is in love with the tough man image that he's put out, and it was working for him. It built him up. But when you get to the highest level, that tough man is not going to serve you the same way. The same guy that got you there ain't the one that's going to carry you at that level.
Right.
And so with your point about Devin, you referenced Shakur's last fight. That's a perfect style matchup for Shakur to shine in that way, in the sense that this fight, Brian Norman and Devin Haney, that matchup can go one of 2 ways. If Brian Norman beats or just gives Devin Haney a harder fight than he signed up for, it'll look like somebody shining at his game versus pushing him in a way that a strong come-forward Mexican fighter would. So I don't think it presents the same opportunity for Devin that fight presented for Shakur. That's why I'm surprised. I would be with you, surprised that they took the fight, because there are other styles that allow you to be pure Devin Haney, show up, do what you do best, and shine in this fight. Because Brian Norman is a slick and powerful fighter. He can switch it up.
Yeah, they keep saying all he has is power. The misconception about both. Sorry, I don't mean to.
No, go ahead.
The misconception about both of them Haney, people dogging him about his heart and stuff. Every time Ryan Garcia dropped him, he got up. And the fact that he made it up from those 3 knocks, his legs were gone after the first or second one. The fact that he even got through the rest of that fight is a testament to Devin Haney's heart. And then the misconception about Norman, even though you were touching on it, he has skills. He's not just, Haney keeps saying he's just a puncher. This dude might have better timing than Devin Haney. That's a big reason I give him an edge in this fight. He's got really good timing. He's not as quick as Devin, but he's not slow either. He's got athleticism himself. So we'll see.
And killer instinct. Yeah. And by heart, I don't necessarily mean just their willingness to get up and endure more of a beating. I'm talking about the part of you where you see Crawford, like anytime he gets hurt or rocked, he goes in there and he's like, oh, all right, I'm going to get that back times 2. That part of it, I don't think we saw the part that's like, I need that back. Like, if you hurt me, like, I'm going to make it dirty. Or not dirty, but.
I think the thing that's hovering over Devin Haney's career is, yes, you're undefeated with an ass whooping. We're not going to forget that. So if you go up in there and you establish yourself and beat a Brian Normal, that changes how we look at you. Look at Shawn Porter. He always got back in the ring and fought again.
Except after Terrence Crawford put pause on him.
Well, he might be getting back in the ring. Never
Coming
know.
soon.
But it's the thing about boxing. We look at you as warriors. The way they handled themselves after that fight, that messed up their career. I know Bill wants to on their record. Just get back in the ring and fight, man. And I think a lot of people, I look at him, he got lost on his record to me. Just how the way you acted. Get back in the ring, go get that get back. And I feel like you ain't got to fight Ryan Garcia, but go up there and establish yourself as like Brian Norman. He's a technician. I think he can beat Brian Norman.
We gonna find out. Eh?
Okay.
We might find out.
That's good.
That's a spoiler.
Listen, we're going to go for a quick break. When we come back, we're still going to talk Pacquiao, Barrios. We still got that card to get through. I want to get through real quick. I want to get through Daniel Dubois getting back in the ring with Alexander Usyk. I think a little bit more interesting than the last time they got in the ring together. We'll be right back after this right here at the HyperX Arena, the PorterWay Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Microsoft Theater here in downtown Los Angeles.
Two sides to a story, but they never tell my side. Never been the kind of guy to stay inside the guidelines. I know I'm the bad guy, I don't gotta ask why. If you try step to me, it'll be the last time. I got dirt on my name, 6 feet in the ground. I got people in my past try bringing me down. Say I'm losing my mind, I don't wanna be found. Grew up in the shadow, but I know they watching me now. Paranoid, on the gun.
back to the PorterWay Podcast, y'all. Before we get into Mario Barrios and Manny Pacquiao card, real quick on Daniel Dubois versus Alexander Usyk. And we
I got a question.
They greasing up the tummy on this one.
Yeah. What was it low? We'll start with you, Shawn Porter.
No,
Yes,
hell
yes
no,
or
it wasn't low.
D-Smoke?
God, no. It was a fair
Hell,
punch.
I don't know. I didn't watch the fight.
Belt line,
Belt line?
questionable. Let's just be, I'm being honest. Like,
You gonna be nice, huh?
Ant did bring up a good idea though about greasing your stomach.
Yeah, grease your stomach, slip the punches.
It's like you're
That's
going
a
on a
great
slip and
idea.
slide. Just
I think this fight is even more interesting than the first one because Alexander Usyk has completely settled into being a heavyweight now, right? On top of that, I mean, we already know what his resume is like, what his momentum is like.
to cut you off for a second.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. I don't know if anyone has their phone out. Somebody in the YouTube chat right now is bringing up that you beat him in the amateurs. I guarantee it.
About doing what?
You beat Usyk in the amateurs.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know,
you're like Usyk. They're
it's
back.
part of life.
I
you know?
can't believe you beat Usyk in the amateurs. Continue though. My apologies.
But Daniel Dubois also on an amazing terror, right? And the thing that he has had to work past what you've been talking about, the heart. Everybody was questioning his heart for years. And I think that, man, he's in a both these guys. And I think maybe who's more in a prime position now, you know?
Elevating at the same time.
Because I'm just thinking about the mileage that Usyk got on him. Even though, I mean, amazing fights. He showed up every single fight. He's done exactly what he's needed to do. But there's still some mileage there. You know what I mean? Even a jogger is going, you know, eventually it's going to start to wear down. You know what I mean?
I think Daniel Dubois is the right kind of dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Dubois is a puncher, you know. But I think, you know, his last couple fights have shown like he's getting smarter as he goes. He knows how to apply it and all that stuff. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see it, you know. I'm excited to see it. We all know that Usyk's IQ is one of the best we've seen anywhere near that weight, you know, in a long time. So, but at that weight, it's a game of exchanges and punches, you know, because they could all switch the fight up like the one in question. So we'll see.
And I think that's the one thing we haven't really seen anybody do with Usyk, exchange with him. Anthony Joshua, the few times he would throw back, it was there, he had himself in a good position and just didn't keep going. Daniel Dubois is going to do that. I'm not saying he's going to win, y'all, but this thing, it's going to look different.
Does he have the footwork to do it? Because I feel like that was the issue with AJ.
Man, I feel like everything got better, though.
He would connect, and then we'd be like, okay, you kind of got Usyk stepping back, and
Right.
then AJ just didn't have the footwork to
Right,
get to
you
him.
got to
So I
close
don't know
that
if
distance.
Dubois has the. I don't know.
That's a Sean Zittel question.
I was gonna turn and pivot to say to the boxing expert on the panel.
I think he's got to fight downhill in this fight. He waited on Usyk too much in the first fight. You know, you're not going to win that way. He has to find a way to go downhill like he did against Joshua, behind his double jab, make his his advantages are his youth, his punching power, his strength. And, yeah, the timing of this fight favors him. If he's going to beat Usyk, he's got to do it now. But Usyk's been fighting as good as he's ever fought these last couple fights in his career, even though he's 38 years old. Compare how he looks at heavyweight now compared to when he first got to heavyweight. He's much better heavyweight now than he was when he first got to the division. I still got Usyk. I think it's going to be a more competitive fight, to Sean's point. I think with Usyk, it's not just the physical stuff on Usyk being 38. He's made so much money, and there has to be he's human. There has to be a little bit of an emotional come down from your country at war, and you fight Tyson Fury twice and fight Joshua twice as an underdog and beat them both back to back. But Dubois tugged on Superman's cape. If he would have just let sleeping dogs lie, I think that would have helped him out. He's been all over Usyk, and it's like, hey, 38-year-old man who's made like $500 million your last couple fights, just in case you needed a little something in the gym, I got you.
Dang.
And I feel like that, yeah. So I think Usyk stops him late, but Usyk, this is the fight where his age starts to show up.
Yeah.
And he takes some punishment in this fight, but he gets it done again.
Should Dubois go
Usyk
low?
stops
Should he
Dubois.
go low blow off right off
Yeah,
the jump?
body work.
No, I'm saying low blow. Dubois.
Oh, that's
Fight
crazy.
starts.
I
low
think
blow.
Dubois-
Say, hey, that one's low. First one's on the house.
Hey, I want to get into
Like pitching.
Yeah.
It's a real low blow.
To start it.
I want to get into the chat a little bit real quick. Shout out to Samantha Zittel. She's on here shouting out the crew and everything. We got a couple of super chats. Matt Bergerson, my guy. Shout out to the PorterWay. Shout out to Zittel. Make sure to support the best pod on the web. Thank you, sir. Become a PorterWay member ASAP, gents. The best. Thank you so much, Matt.
I tried to do that on my iPhone app, but I couldn't.
We got another one from Viet Raps React. He said, shout out two-time welterweight champion Showtime Shawn Porter, and let's go Manny Pacquiao. We're gonna be getting to Manny in just a second. Gotta shout out the guys that's on the undercard, starting with Gary Russell Jr.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Mace, make sure bring him out.
That'd be a good one.
I saw him yesterday. I said, hey, man, what you trying to do? He said, oh, I'm going to do something real quick. I said, come on, I need you to do it. So
Boxers always have confidence. Is Gary Russell ever woke up a moment and thought, I'm not that guy?
No, never.
Not for 1 second did he ever think that.
Wasn't he trying to like fist fight Crawford or something?
He'll fist fight anybody at any time.
Hey, but
That's
wait.
the rumor.
So the weigh-in was today. Wasn't there like a 3.4 pound difference or something between him and his opponent? Like 120.
Man, I was so caught up in Fierro blowing weight and taking my victory lap about seeing that kind of coming. No, I'm sorry, sir. I got to check.
I don't know.
I don't care. Moving on.
Are they still fighting?
He's a 4-1 favorite.
Yeah, he's fighting. Yeah, Mark McSago is back on the card.
Who
and
fought Gary before?
And shout out to Brandon Figueroa. He's back, too.
Okay.
My guy.
So,
I think he wins because his first fight with Manny Robles. I
yes.
think that alone, you're going to see a
Yes.
better. You can't see no offense to Brandon, you can't see a worse Figueroa than you did against Fulton back in February.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Figueroa will be better than what he was in February.
Exciting undercard, prelims.
Even the prelims are going to be really good prelims. There's a lot more, especially with the Filipino fan base out here. There's a lot more Filipinos on the card as well.
Bronze
Manny got all of his fighters on this card, which I think
Even his
is
son.
pretty awesome. Yeah, I was told when
Impressed.
like that was a part of the deal when Manny coming over to PBC was he was assured that he'd be able to get his.
Oh,
his
this is a Bronny situation.
Yeah. And then going on to the co-main, Salido is a replacement fighter. Salcedo, excuse me. Salcedo was a replacement fighter. Angel Fierro couldn't make weight.
Another Fierro.
I think now we have a somewhat more interesting fight because Salcedo can really punch. Not saying that Angel can't, but Salcedo can. So he punches. How do I say this?
With his fists.
But the way he does it, you know what I mean? Like, he's not just wailing. He's not just going at it. Like, he sets it up. You know, he delivers it with the kind of intent. You know, Pitbull loads up with everything. You know what I mean? Like, so there's the difference. You're going to get a Salcedo who can actually beat Pitbull to the punch because it's he throws it more concise, shorter, and things like that. So I'm not saying it's a more exciting fight. I know a lot of people are like, oh, man, it doesn't get any better.
Huh? First fight between Fierro and Cruz was great action from what I
Yeah. And we were going to get the same thing all over again.
Yeah.
I think this is a fight that we expect Pitbull to win, but he could have some struggles with the height and the size of Salcedo.
He is a lot, and I don't mean this negatively, he is a lot more popular than I knew he was, Pitbull Cruz. When Antt and I were sitting there at the weigh-in for Bud and Errol, and they announced him and the place went crazy, I was like, fair enough. More power to him. But like Gio,
He might be the second most popular fighter in Mexico behind Canelo.
yes, they love him.
Arguable.
At the moment, yeah.
Should be
Shout out
Benavides.
Navarrete.
Should be Benavides.
But he's American, technically. Well, he's Mexican-American.
Should be Bam, who'd you say?
Who do you
Should
like?
be Bam?
Bam?
He said
Bam,
Benavides.
Bam.
Who
But
you like
he's
this
not
fight
popular.
better than the rematch, Zittel? Or just a different look?
It might actually be more. I saw Fierro. This wasn't surprising to me that Fierro made a brutal weight cut and couldn't make it to the fight. He was in L.A. 5 or 6 weeks ago for their press conference and had
Looked
a
a
big
little closer to
pancita.
built like me than you.
Huh?
Looked a little closer to me than you.
Well, no, I mean you big and sexy, but he was just big. He was just big. That's my guy. I'm not gonna
Appreciate it.
But so when he blew weight, yeah, it's going to be a better fight than the rematch would have turned out to be, because I think Fierro was going to make the weight and not have much to offer on fight night. I think he was going to be weak from doing that. So Salcedo, he lost to Andy Cruz. He's coming up from 35, but Cruz isn't really a big 140, and 2 of his last 3 fights have been shaky. He got outboxed by Rayo. He got hurt multiple times against Fierro. He said to me yesterday, yeah, he hurt me because he hit me in the back of the head. And I said, each time? each time he hurt you, it was to the back? Every single time? But
well done,
I actually would have to go back and watch the tape. He might be right. I'm sorry to Isak if he's right. But I suspect that was fighter pride talking and saying it was something else other than you got hurt by a good shot. So I expect Cruz to win.
It's going to be a firefight like that fight with Angel Fierro, but I think the difference is Salcedo is going to be a little more. He's going to be a little smarter. He's going to dictate things a little bit more in terms of where the fight happens at. And I think stylistically, to me, it's a cleaner fight, but I think it's a fight that Pitbull will win.
D-Smoke, you got Cruz winning?
Yeah, I got Cruz winning. I hope his team hasn't fallen in love with his own hype and that they're just practicing the same stuff that they know make him strong. Like, load up the hook. I hope it's like, because I feel like he fought better fights earlier on. Like, yeah, the hook works. Yeah, he, stays low, comes in aggressive. But, like, jab your way in and stay moving, change your rhythm up. Certain things that'll make that hook land better. So I'm hoping that we see a little bit more of a savvy Pitbull Cruz, and then, of course, see the stuff that we expect. But sometimes when he lost with Soraya, it was like, it just looked like load up and swing.
That was the blueprint to beating Pitbull.
So. I think to your point, he doesn't throw as many combinations as we saw a couple years ago when he was fighting Carson's boy Gamboa and fighting Diego Magdaleno. I'm sorry. But Carson picked Gamboa on that fight.
I did, 100%. People like to bring up that I predicted the B-Wolf win over Canelo correctly, but they breeze right past picking Gamboa to beat Cruz. I don't pat myself
Super
on the
chat.
back.
Yeah, we got a super chat, but I want to save this one. We do have a break, not yet, but I'm going to save this one till after the break. I won't forget it because I thought about this earlier. So shout out to Ryan Shepard. We're going to get to you, big dog. Co-main event, which could be the fight of the night. Am I wrong in saying that?
I think it will be.
No, you're not wrong.
Huh?
Yeah, I got it.
we got Sebastian Fundora getting back in the ring with Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu, and I don't know, man. Y'all take over, man. I've been working for Fox Australia, so I'm kind of
a little biased now.
Yeah, I feel like I
Sean's
got
had Bluey on in the house.
I got my my company lines now at this point. You know what I mean? So I want y'all to go first. Go ahead.
I feel bad for Tim Tszyu because he was rolling clean out the vision to get the Charlo fight. Then Charlo went down Canelo route. Ran in.
Play with the kids' emotions.
Yeah. Ran in Fundora. Took a bad cut. Fundora was a week replacement.
8 days.
2 weeks.
2 week replacement.
2 weeks.
That's hard to get. Yeah.
So who was he supposed to fight?
Tim Tszyu, the first fight.
Right. Fundora was a weak replacement.
Who was going to fight at first?
Keith Thurman.
Keith Thurman.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So that was a late replacement. That's a hard man to prepare for when you got a full camp.
I remember.
Let alone 1 week.
And you're training for a completely different style.
A tall task, one might say.
I'd imagine you'd want to train for a 6'6" super welterweight, like that height difference. I mean, get tall sparring partners. Throw the jab up instead of when you hit them. Like if you're not preparing for that, you're preparing for somebody that you're eye level with and a whole different strategy and a whole different style of fighting. Then it's exactly what we saw. You're just in a fight the whole time.
And then I worry, what happened with the tough style? I think that's what got him knocked out in the next fight.
The tough, man, that.
Mordazaliev. Yeah.
Brutal knockout.
He just came into the ring flat-footed.
He's a flat-footed fighter, Sean.
But I'm sorry, not flat-footed. I'm sorry. He came to the fight flat.
Oh, okay. He
came to the ring just on that macho stuff that you spoke on, and didn't really. I can't say he didn't prepare for this guy, but I think there was just a lot surrounding him and clouded his thoughts and clouded everything. And you get hit a couple of times, you're stunned, and even though the crowd, we don't know how stunned you are. You know how stunned you are. You didn't expect that. And now you feel something that you didn't expect to feel in the first round, and you're like, okay, I'm going to shake it off. And it just was, it was a fast storm that came at him. He wasn't ready for that. But here's the thing. After the fight, he said, I effed up. And when I went back over to Australia, everybody's telling me, yeah, he just said I effed up. And I was like, well, I'm going to tell you what, that's good news. And I'll tell you why that's good news. I've effed up before. And leaving the ring, walking to the back room, I knew, like, damn, I effed up. And when you have that realization, you understand extremely quickly what you've done wrong, and you're able to fix it. And it's like I've been saying for Fox Australia, he had all of the right things happen to him. They were wrong for him, but they were right from him from a standpoint of him being able to actually learn and grow. I think those experiences have been enough for him to get back to the ring against Sebastian and actually conquer.
Did he spar with Michael Fox? Is that
Yeah, 80
Did he spar with
rounds.
him the first time too?
No.
Or just this time?
Just this
That
time.
seems like the right guy to spar.
They might have
They
squeezed
might have,
Mike
pulled
in
him
right
in.
at the very end, but they
Yeah.
got 80 rounds with him for this
That seems like
preparation.
the right sparring partner.
Spar with
Only guy.
Paul Williams.
Yeah, shout out to Paul Williams.
It's the only guy you can get. If you're
Michael
not
Fox.
getting a Michael Fox, and
Underrated fighter in my opinion.
my dad didn't give a damn, but I was getting in the ring with like heavyweights because I was fighting guys that were 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2". So I sparred my whole life against like heavier guys. Sebastian, Tim should have had to have done that to be really prepared, because guess what? The other side of that is the physical side, the kind of energy he's going to have to exert in the ring on fight night is different from somebody who's your height, who you don't have to really figure out how to get away from, and things of that nature. So I think they're going to be prepared for this one.
I think you just go Scooby-Doo style and have them two people on top of each other.
So
Somebody on somebody else's shoulders. Ant and I would have
With a trench
volunteered for
coat.
it. Yeah, in a trench coat.
Ends by knockout. Someone's getting knocked out.
said what?
Someone's getting knocked out.
This fight don't go the distance.
Don't go to this.
He said somebody's
Now,
getting knocked out.
I'm going to say, if it's a knockout, I'm going to say Fundora gets knocked out.
I like
If
it.
there's a knockout. I don't think Tim Tszyu is getting stopped by Fundora. I think when Fundora stops people, it's by an accumulative, accumulated damage throughout the fight.
Tim gonna be there to get hit.
Yeah, Fundora's interesting. Like somebody that tall, and a lot of his punches are like inside punches because he'll let the opponent clear the space that they have to get punches off and be turning uppercuts. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing pisses me off more.
Then, oh my
That
God,
he's so tall and
and
doesn't
throwing
use his height
uppercuts.
and doesn't use his reach is just the bane of my existence.
But I think he's a different kind of lanky too. So I don't know if he has the same power at that reach.
Zeus said he doesn't.
Yeah, his jabs. Jabs.
Said
and
on the
straights-
outside he loses his power.
Yeah, but when he's turning them uppercuts, people.
Zeus said he loses his power from the outside.
Zeus says, that he feels like that's the trade-off Fundora has when he pelts you from the jab on the outside. He doesn't hit as hard. He has to. So I think Zeus' thinking is, in order for this guy to get off his heavy artillery, he still has to punch me from a distance where I can punch him. So he feels confident that I could do. I mean, you guys are talking about his preparation. His trainer said yesterday, he's like, I'll tell you the quote right now after we win this fight. 8 days versus 10 weeks. We'll see if Tim delivers on that. And like D said, he's an accumulation knockout artist. Not as hard a puncher as Matias, but similar to Matias in that he's only got to be touching you repeatedly to start breaking you down. He doesn't always need the leverage on it. He just and he.
It's his relentlessness too. On top of the relentlessness, one step and he's at you. It's 2 steps for you to get away from him, but then he closes that distance with just 1 step. The thing, though, is he doesn't really punch and move at the same time. So there's truly things that Tim can do to offset this fight on the outside. The thing is, something we've never seen from Tim, good feet. So this is really a 50-50 fight, y'all.
Who you got?
Smoke?
I'm going Fundora.
I got Tim Tszyu.
I got
Knockout?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. They went to war before. You know what I'm saying? It can happen, though. If there's a knockout, I don't think Fundora is knocking out Tim Tszyu this time.
I got Zoo.
You got Zoo.
Just based on preferring Zoo to win.
You said what?
Preferring Zoo to win compared to
Okay,
Fundora. Did I see Fundora's going to Harvard, by the way?
You're a hater. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a great,
100%.
great kid. He's Superman.
No, that's great. I'm more proud.
He's Superman of
I think
boxing.
I saw that he's going to Harvard today. Hafey took
Going
a
to
picture.
Harvard?
That's what I think I saw. Maybe I'm completely making it up. I don't know.
He just looks like it. Relax.
No. I'm going to look. I'll look on this next break. I'm checking.
Come on.
It's been a really hard fight for me to pick. I can see why it's on. Just give me 1 second to decompress it.
It's a live show, so
Sean,
I guess
super
that's fine.
chats. Why he wait? Super chats.
I got nothing.
No, super chats.
I think they're both doubles hitters, and I think
Oh, baseball now.
yeah,
Okay,
I do, and I think
You say doubles hitters?
Yeah, doubles
Yeah.
instead of home runs.
yeah, they,
That's when you get the
Get on
second
base.
base.
Ah.
yeah, I think Fundora throws a lot of singles to set up his doubles, and I think Zoo is a guy that could hit some triples, and he's gonna have to hit some triples in this fight to make up for all the singles coming his way. Man, I've gone back and forth. It's a funny kind of fight where if you put a gun to my head, I might pick Fundora. And I originally thought Fundora was going to steamroll Zoo because of Bakram and everything. And cut or no cut, the size and the volume of Fundora is a problem for Zoo, problem for anybody. And I think if it comes down to a dog fight, just another war of attrition, Fundora is going to get that. So Zoo has to win this fight by being a cut above, by being the more athletic, talented fighter.
A cut above is a great way to put it.
Yeah.
You said cut or no
Bars.
cut and just passed right by it like that was
He
a
was just
minor
dropping it
detail.
out there.
Cut or no cut. No,
That's a
that was a
bar.
real
Wordplay
cut.
guy,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
yeah.
He
You know
did
what I'm
get
saying?
accepted into Harvard, by the way. I did not make that up. So congratulations to
Oh,
Sebastian.
wow. Yes, very much.
And
so.
hopefully he goes and like studies like physics and then comes back crazy. Like he studies the angles and he just starts wasting people.
Zatel.
I will hesitate to pick Tim Zoo to win the fight. I will.
Hey, we ain't never heard him stutter before like that.
It's a real 50-50.
Or hesitant.
But the bookies apparently see something too because they have Zoo the slight favorite, and I was surprised at that.
Yeah, you got to be surprised at that, actually. Yeah, you got to be surprised. Hey, yo,
He had
quick
early
super chat.
success as well, right?
Yeah.
In the other fight.
Yeah.
Like before the cut, he was
on his
tearing
way
shit
for
up.
2
Yeah.
rounds.
Yeah.
From CJ, he said he asked how I got the shades from a different world. Shout out to Antt's lady. She had these on at a party, and I took them.
No,
from
she
her.
gave them to you. Okay.
All right, all right.
Think I'm about to just let you take something from my lady.
She gave it to me, but I asked her for them, and But anyway, since then I've gone on and bought my own Amazon. Shout out to Amazon, y'all. Amazon Prime. I'm investing in the company.
Well, I was
really
gonna say,
soon,
tomorrow
as I spend on them. So
Pay-per-view on Prime tomorrow.
pay-per-view
Ties in
is on
perfectly.
Prime. We should have a QR code right there. You can scan that
Oh, there you
QR
go.
code, order the pay-per-view, so you can watch the fight tomorrow night.
I wonder if you
And
could get a
then,
discount if you ordered it on Prime Day.
Huh?
Carry on.
And then he said, Antt is. He asked if you're going to be in Vegas in September. You're always here, right?
Yeah, I
He
think
lives here.
4 out of 5 of us live here. I ain't gonna say where D Smoke live.
CJ asked me based on
I ain't gonna say
sparring,
where you live.
would I have beaten Boots?
No.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
All right. Yeah, he asked based on sparring, would I have beat Boots?
So I think there's a diplomatic answer.
No.
I think
There's
an
only one
unrealistic
answer.
and
Goddamn
a
it.
truthful.
Hey, we seen the highlights. You
There's
was
only
bouncing
one
around.
answer.
He was
Paul
bouncing around the
Pierce.
ring in the highlights, Sean.
That answer depends on what year
Oh, okay.
Showtime we talking about.
If Boots was 12 or not?
After, what?
You're saying like when you were young in your career and Boots is like a teenager? Yeah, you might have got him.
Hey, after 2021, Boots got it. Boots got it. If I had Boots prior to the pandemic, oh yeah, I'd have got Boots.
I remember seeing him live against
And that's not based on the sparring, by the
when
way.
he knocked out Delorme.
Yeah.
And I just looked at you and I was like,
Hey, yeah.
and the best, we told this on the podcast, but it is funny. So we went just to see Boots. Like I asked you if we could go. We went. It was not too long before you fought Bud.
Right.
And so we're literally there to like support him.
We're just fans.
You know his family a little bit.
Yeah.
And so Boots knocks out Delorme, and all of a sudden, like 5 to 10 people in Boots' family and
Like
friends,
one by
are like,
one, though.
Hey, what do you think he knocked you out too? And we're like, whoa.
They're like popping up behind
Yeah.
us and all that
I
kind
don't know
of
how
to
many
compare him to
Instagram
Roy
lives
Jones
there were.
tomorrow. Relax.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were like, whoa.
I do. I think that Boots has he's still got some growing to do. I think he's still got some learning to do, and He's phenomenal athletically. But as we all know, anything that we do in life, there's not one thing that's going to always work all the time. And I think guys like me, guys like Terrence, possibly even Errol car accident, we were the kind of guys that we had it, or I'm the we, they're still around, but you know, the kind of guys that you just have to be able to have a B, a C, be able to mix that all around and continue to handle the business. So Boots is, I saw everything I thought I was going to see when we sparred.
Except the punches that he couldn't dodge. He didn't
Listen,
see those.
I mean, it was only one of them. It was one of them that he thumped me in the top of my head. And I said, damn. And he said, you good? I said, no, I'm good, but that come from? You know what I mean? He's
Straight left hand?
He's got it all, man.
All of a sudden, Sean's shoe was untied.
I think
he's like, oh, wait, hold on, wait a second.
Which one of those hands hit the top of my head?
Yeah, I think it was the right hand, but Boots is great. Boots is great. I guess we should probably cut this commercial. We'll cut this commercial real quick, and then when we come back, we'll talk all things Pac
Barrios.
and Azteca. And what you call him now, Antt?
The big fundamental.
The big fundamental.
Like
Listen, I'm going to read this one. Before we get it moving, I got to give a huge shout-out and show some love to Eureka Ergonomic. They've been holding us down with this furniture right here, y'all. If you're grinding at the desk or just chilling post-flight, they've got what you need. Stay right. So need to stay right. Let's take a quick look before we break down Pacquiao Barrios. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Microsoft Theater here in downtown Los Angeles. We're almost there!
What's up? You guys finally made it.
Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets. Cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocket here and stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future but see profit here. Wait up, we gon' always win. Promise that that's not a promise, yeah, that is a threat. You know that I promise to bring the team commas. When the that is a threat, you know that I promise to bring the team commas. When the whole team win, that's when you flex. Win, and I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again.
Hey there, username taking fans. Big news coming your way. We've been on an incredible journey, but it's time for us to level up. We're moving to our very own channel. Get ready for even more of the content you love, highlighting the real stories behind your favorite gamers, creators, and esports pros. Plus, we've got some surprises planned that'll blow your mind. So make sure you hit the subscribe button on our new channel, keep your notifications on, and join us for an amazing year of gaming, storytelling, and fun.
Ladies downtown Los Angeles.
Back to the PorterWay Podcast. I want to tell everybody right now, I know this is probably a little spur of the moment on these guys on the stage right here, specifically Zittel and Antt. Hopefully we can get Carson back out, but September 13th, we got Canelo versus Crawford right out here. I'm trying to do the same thing in this building
that night.
for that. I'm not putting no heat on nobody in here. I'm just letting y'all know this is a big monumental moment for the PorterWay Podcast, for me personally, and I'm always trying to do bigger and better. So hopefully we can come back in here and do something just like this that week. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna be able to really fill it up for that fight week, because everybody will be out for that one. All that being said, yo, listen, CJ,
D Smoke, who you got in that fight? Yeah, pick it right.
I gotta go Crawford. I got Crawford by split decision.
I like it.
I think in order to win that fight, he has to thread the needle. He has to. I think Canelo will be surprised. Like what won't necessarily carry up is like punching power, single punch knockout power going up in that many weight classes, because it's weightlifting muscle more so than it is like years of fighting muscle. But I think with his background at wrestling and him being physically solid, I think if he can stay touching Canelo as much as possible, even just to push him back. Like you saw how the Ricky Hatton Mayweather fight looked. They clashed a lot. If you can create that clash a lot where Canelo can't, because he's a comfortable fighter, he'll settle into his thing, but when Bivol started to push him, even though Bivol was pushing him with punches and length, we start to see a different Canelo because he's not used to going backwards. But if Crawford can push him more physically in a way that he kind of did Errol, I think it'll give him a better chance. But I think he
see the difference though, because I know a lot of people are going to talk about Bivol because Bivol beat him and how you might be able to beat him with strength and things like that. The difference though, Crawford doesn't have the same kind of build as Bivol, right? So for Canelo, I'm looking at this guy. I'm trying to get this guy round after round. And what I do is the only thing I do. He's not going to box off the back foot against Crawford. He ain't going to do that. He's not going to try to counterpunch Crawford. That's not his game. He ain't going to do that, right? He's going to always be coming forward, always trying to pound and bang when he has those opportunities to. But the difference is he's going after a Bivol that's just bigger, stronger, longer, something I've never seen before, right?
And younger.
Crawford's a little more eye to eye, right? Crawford's coming up from 147 pounds, and Crawford was a champion at 140 pounds, and all of those things. The corner is going to do something that they didn't have the ability to do with the Bivol fight. They're going to continue to pump that kind of stuff into Canelo. Come on, he's smaller than you. He's this, he's that, and he can actually look at it and see it this time. Whereas with Bivol, I'm trying to take down this mountain, and this mountain is not going anywhere.
Durable.
Yeah, so it's just not going to change.
Can't wait.
Crawford's looking
No, we ain't
fleshy.
asking you. We ain't asking you.
I know, he's looking fleshy, though.
All right, but hey, the moment we've all been waiting for. Got a big fight this tomorrow night. 46-year-old man getting in the ring. A lot of people worried about that, specifically Antt with 2 T's. Listen, I don't think I've seen anybody, even the Filipinos that I've run into, as worried for Manny as you are, sir.
Man, Father Time is undefeated. I know how great Manny Pacquiao is. I know the feet. I know everything. I feel the first 5 rounds is important. Establish yourself. Get that boy out of there. If Mario Barrios can take a beating, that's all determined. But I feel like in the first 5, I was worried after the rounds go, legs get heavier, age started catching up with him, and I worry we get an old Manny Pacquiao. It's hard to be what he used to be.
Is Barrios the kind of fighter, though, that you have to worry about Father Time against, not from the sense of can Barrios win, but from the sense of like, oh shit, Pacquiao might get knocked out? Like Barrios to me doesn't have, like, I'm not like worried about, like, I'm not worried about Pacquiao.
Yep.
I'm not worried about his health.
I'm worried about the wear and tear of
like he
the
could
wars
lose
he's
the fight,
been in.
but I'm not worried about his health.
46 years old, fighting a strong young, he's a strong young kid.
If Pacquiao can hurt him before round 6,
Yeah.
Pacquiao wins.
Yeah.
Like, and he don't have to, and he can win a decision, I believe, because Pacquiao is active enough to win rounds. He will win rounds for sure. But you know, we saw him drop Thurman. If Barrios touches the canvas, you know, it's a wrap. You know, and not necessarily by knockout. I just think it changes the nature of the fight. You've been hurt to your psyche has been altered after touching the canvas in the fight. So I mean, that's presumptuous because Barrios got heart. I think Barrios will fight hard, you know, but I don't know how dangerous that'll be. I was at the media workout for Pacquiao. Like, the power is crazy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
You been here all week.
Huh?
You been here all week.
No, the media workout in L.A.
Oh, okay.
No, I just got here.
Yeah.
That's what people told me who were at the same workout. They were like, I don't know about, you know, when I asked them how'd he look, they go, one thing, he could still punch.
Yeah, I know, because Manny, you know, he hits me up for, like, pointers on how to box and things like that. And I'm just fucking.
I believe that. I was like, what?
Yeah, I was like, that's
some people here were not.
I was like, Mario Barrios by knockout.
I doubt that.
I got Manny Pacquiao in 3 rounds or less.
Oh, goodness.
Wow.
Sean,
Fair enough.
And I feel like this is obvious. Go ahead, Zittel.
Oh, just my question to you that I know the audience will want to ask you is
how and why?
Yeah, how when he's had one knockout since I believe Miguel Cotto, and it was Lucas Matisse, a faded 140-pounder. How does Manny Barrios does Manny Pacquiao?
They become one
with one knockout in the last 15 years, knock out a prime big welterweight in 3 rounds.
Y'all heads just turned to be like it's simultaneously. This is how he does it. He's in the ring with somebody who doesn't box a lot. And what I mean by that, he's not a double jab. He's not a feiner. He's not I'm going to move. I'm going to find the right punch. And if I don't see it, I'm going to, take away your space and stuff like that.
He's got a good jab, Barrios.
He does he's got a good, strong jab, 100%. But it's not a snapping jab that you can't see. It ain't this fast, elusive jab that's in and out. On top of that, he doesn't, or they said, they're coming to the middle of the ring. And to me, that's just a recipe for disaster for them. Because you're coming to the middle of the ring against somebody, we talking about Father Time, the way you test Father Time or the way you push that Father Time
make him catch you.
Is you got to make the old man work. You know what I mean?
Why would I give you my game?
You're going to come to the middle of the ring and make this old man work the way he works. You're not going to do anything different. When I heard him say that, I said, "Come on, Bob. You got to have something in the bag. We should start this fight counterpunching. We should start this fight moving. Let's try to get out of the first 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 rounds instead of going right into the fire."
I think they know that, though. I know Bob is saying, we're going to come to the center of the ring. Let's just say.
It's smoke and mirrors, right?
Yeah, of course.
Just smoke and mirrors.
Come on.
Album coming soon.
You the only one that haven't been in the ring or something? Like, why would you give your game plan away?
Who, me?
You, yeah. Kenny Porter would never.
What?
Sean's just taking their word for gospel. He's like, hey, well, they said they're going for it.
It's too late. And this is why I wait until the night before a fight to say what needs to be said, because Bob ain't watching this.
Okay.
And I hope he not.
At this point, it doesn't matter.
If he is, he's laughing, thinking, I can't believe Shawn Porter, of all people, thought I was telling the truth about that.
Well, my thing is, I just don't want to lose a friend. I don't want him to think that, I don't believe in him. I don't believe in Mario. I believe in them. They're good.
You're taking him for his word.
They're good together. But in this fight, they have the perfect style for Manny. Manny has a terrible style for Mario. A style that with multiple punches.
46-year-old
up and down.
Or 36-year-old.
I don't give a damn. I seen Manny in the gym.
You sound like my uncle when Mike Tyson was fighting Jake Paul.
I saw Manny in the gym for 2 hours still moving the exact same way he was moving back in 2010, 2011 when I saw him. And y'all know me. I'm hyper fixated on and I'm watching. I'm like, is it moving the exact? It is. It actually is. And I get it. It's just training. It's and all that kind of stuff.
I seen you look good in sparring a couple days ago.
Come on now.
But you ain't Shawn Porter no more.
Because I ain't going to lose it, y'all. Because I ain't going to lose it.
Don't get me wrong. I think Manny Pacquiao, get up in there and get him in a Manny Pacquiao tornado where you, here. Make that boy like, what did I sign up for?
Yeah.
If there's
And then
one,
take him home.
If there's one thing, take him home is funny.
Yeah.
If there's one thing that I don't think will ever fade from Manny, and we actually talked about it with Mark Magsayo.
His calves?
It's his damn calves.
Man.
That dude.
That's the power
like,
generator.
Chiseled
That's the
granite,
engine right
man.
there.
That's crazy.
Like Pacquiao is gonna have those calves until he's 56.
That's crazy.
I think to beat Pacquiao, you got to be a certain type of athletic because rhythmically you can't catch his timing like it's, and he's moving so much. He's on a spring, so the reflex. I think that's why. Not to knock Pacquiao, but I think that's why the matchup with Crawford would have been bad because you have that IQ and Crawford's hand speed is crazy and the ability to just react, like the Kell Brook hook that Crawford stopped him with. That kind of stuff makes a Pacquiao-Crawford matchup like just not a good matchup, whereas the Barrios speed and fast twitch, like reflexes, are two very different things.
And to that point, speaking as a 37-year-old man who gets in the ring every now and then, I can see stuff, but I just don't have my timing to do it the way that I used to because I've been out of the ring, because I've been out of the gym. But so guess what? I start sparring with this kid again. Shout out to Kenneth Sims. He's got a fight in 2 weeks. I've been sparring with him. I get my timing back. All of a sudden, I can hit him with a jab from the outside. All of a sudden, I can make him miss a punch and stuff like that. With Mario Barrios, again, coming to the middle of the ring, or relatively in the middle of the ring. I don't know if it's smoke and mirrors or not, but you're not making Manny find a rhythm, find a timing. The way you do that is you move away from that. You move away from that speed. You move away from all that quickness, and you make him second guess his timing, his rhythm, and stuff like that. You're going to let him catch a rhythm right off the rip.
And then, even backing up can be difficult against Manny. Like that 4-punch combo he'll throw chasing you. His footwork is impeccable, so that's why I give him a really good chance at winning the fight,
So I'm the only one got
did
the
I
big
say
fundamental.
did I say 3 rounds or less yet?
Yeah, you did.
I find that absurd. I think
He said, I find that absurd. So this is what it's going to be. I think he's going to catch Mario early. The difference between Mario and Keith, why Manny didn't get the knockout against Keith knows how to survive.
Why did Keith go down like that?
Mario doesn't know how. I'm not going to say he doesn't know how to, but he's an Azteca warrior.
Keith is also one punch dangerous.
Yeah,
And,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like Keith is
he
one
should
of
go
those
by
dudes.
one time.
You said what?
He should go by one time.
One time. Yeah, that would help his
Image.
Yeah. One time Thurman. That might work for him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him and recommend
pitch
that.
it to him.
But no, like that is the perfect situation for, when people say, like, when you got somebody hurt, a hurt dog is a dangerous dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's part of the reason why Keith was able to finish that fight. I think Manny knew better than to just unload everything because, Keith had his.
And that's exactly why I don't think, like, when Antt was talking about Father Time, like, I don't worry. Like, when Manny was fighting Keith, I was like, dude, if you take the wrong step, Keith could flatten you. And then he obviously gets flattened against Marquez. I don't fear that tomorrow. Like, I don't see Barrios stepping back, landing a counter, and laying Manny out or anything like. I just don't see it. If it happens, that'd be cool.
Now, to Barrios' credit, I don't think we've said enough about
Positive things about him.
Bro, how his performance,
I'm picking
his
up.
performance in the last couple
I got
fights,
Barrios.
you know what I'm saying, has been, incredible. Like, I didn't know he was going to perform like that against Ugas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And look how Ugas did to Pacquiao, and he was right there to be punched.
Styles.
Ugas was right there.
Styles, though.
Yeah.
Styles.
And what was the nickname you gave Barrios?
The big fundamental.
Yeah.
I think he has enough fundamentals to win this fight.
Dude,
Just because of the age, Sean.
Yeah,
I know you don't want to
I'm
let
not
it go.
trying to hear you, though.
I know you ain't trying to hear it.
I hear you,
No,
but I ain't.
it's sad. Floyd, my favorite fighter. I wouldn't want to see Floyd in there right now.
All right, well, then hold up. Viet Raps react. He says,
I don't wanna see that.
He says, just a question. Manny looked kind of nervous at face-off to me. What do you think? Forget Mayweather. If Manny win, move on, let go, Manny. Well, I don't know what that really means.
I would.
Did you think he looked nervous at the face-off today?
Who, Barrios or Pacquiao?
No, Pat.
No.
No.
You know who Manny Pacquiao has fought?
He's always laughing.
Well,
He's
Barrios-
laughing right now.
But Barrios has turned up his intensity this week.
Disrespect.
And I got Barrios winning this fight.
Ooh.
And I think I love especially the Filipino fans that showed up, and thank you guys for coming.
Shout out to my Uncle Richard.
But I suspect it'll be Pacquiao's last fight as a professional. And
don't get all somber up here.
I think it should be either way, to be fair. Win or lose.
He won't. No. See, Manny, he has to lose this fight to stop. It has to be what Bernard Hopkins experienced against Joe Smith. You have to lose to a normal, ordinary fighter.
Pacquiao falls out of the ring tomorrow.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No,
Zittel predicted it right here.
Barrios is not ordinary enough. Barrios is above ordinary, so it's like if he loses and it's not the ordinary fighter.
Yeah, he's not.
What I mean ordinary, I mean on the level
what a Joe Smith was.
That was
Joe Smith is a one-time world champion like Barrios. Right. Joe Smith went on to become WBO light heavyweight champ. What I mean by ordinary is relatively speaking at this level.
Yeah.
Right. Compared to the Floyd Mayweathers and the Miguel Cottos and the Juan Manuel Marquez, this guy is ordinary, and this is a guy Pacquiao. I seen Manny Pacquiao handle Mario Barrios 9 years ago. It was called the Jesse Vargas fight. We all remember that? Him fighting a 5'11", tall Mexican-American fighter with a good right hand, good jab. He took care of business. But this is 2025. And, you know, I am reminded of Wilder Fury 1, where I got taught a lesson from great fighters. I put my limitations and projected them onto Tyson Fury. It said, you going through drug addiction. I had those problems when I was a young man, and putting on all that weight, it takes something out of you. You're not going to be able to beat Deontay Wilder, but look what he did. And it's because great fighters are exceptional. They are exceptions to the rule, and no fighter in my lifetime has proven me wrong more times and has defied logic more times than Manny Pacquiao. So if he does it, it's just another testament to his faith and everything he's about. But I'm going to go with logic, and it's because Bernard Hopkins when he was getting it done at this age, he got it done with his mind more than his body. George Foreman got it done with one punch power and withstanding 8 or 9 rounds of punishment just to land one punch.
Right.
Pacquiao is going in there essentially trying to replicate what he's always done. And the only real adjustment Manny is, he developed the right hand in the 3 Morales fights, but the only real adjustment he's had in his run is managing his pace better.
Yeah.
Once he can't just go.
Yeah.
So,
hear you.
So if Pacquiao proves me wrong again, God bless him. Literally, God bless him. You know, no one's proven everybody wrong and defied logic more than him. But I think Barrios, I totally agree with you guys. Early on, he's got to weather the storm a little bit. He's got to get out of there with his head on. He's got to use his jab like Ugas did. And I think he can stop Pacquiao because Pacquiao, if Pacquiao fights like Pacquiao fights, he won't stop coming. He's not gonna get down 4 or 5 to nothing and call it a day. Let's get to the finish line. Let's get out of here. Manny's gonna keep coming and coming and coming. And the first thing to go, every great fighter has one last great fight in him. That had to be Keith Thurman, right?
No.
Right, maybe not. It had to be that. But he's already defied logic with the Thurman performance because he was faster than the younger man and all that. I don't. Judging from the Ugas fight and judging from his exhibition last year against Antt, I don't think that'll be the case. And
I understand.
And Barrios could land some counter shots and stop Pacquiao.
I understand. Did you have?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Real quick, man. Shout out to the HyperX Arena.
Yeah.
Man. It's
nice and cool.
I'm looking at us and I'm like, oh no, don't put my belly up there. Don't do that. I'm just, this is beautiful, man. So thank you again to everyone who's a part of putting this together for the PorterWay Podcast here at the HyperX Arena here in the Luxor. Real quick, there it is. Love to see it. Zittel is a Pacquiao hater. Laugh out loud.
Yeah.
He did knock out all my favorite fighters growing up. I loved Oscar and Morales and Barrera and Cotto, and it was like, damn, you got to beat all my favorite fighters? So, no, but I mean, Pacquiao's one
That's
of the
what Sean did to me.
So shout out to
Broner, Hank Lundy.
Shout out to Ryan Shepard. He said, if Manny Pacquiao pulls off the upset, do you think Floyd Mayweather, will come out of retirement?
Don't care.
No.
No one.
No, he won't.
Not interested. Hope it doesn't
You get my
happen.
text earlier. I said they're poking the bear.
Which bear were you referring to?
When they pulled down the flag.
The banners.
The banners.
Floyd.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I said? I said they poking the bear. They're. I don't know if he's gonna
PBC
come
know
out
what
of
they
retirement.
doing. PBC know what they doing.
Is he
They
gonna
poking
drop
the
from
bear.
the rafters like Sting? Yeah. I'm down.
Yep.
That was slick.
Floyd's not coming out of retirement. It's not. He'll make it an exhibition.
They didn't even deliver when the fight happened. That's terrible styles. Floyd's gonna move. He's not gonna be there to be hit. It's not good.
Barring Floyd having money problems we haven't heard about, no,
cramps.
he's not going to come back and fight him.
I don't think so either. But when I saw the flag, first thing I thought of, and I text you, I said, "Yo, they poking the bear." I know the end game. This is not a one-off for Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny's going to win this fight, and I think he's going to fight definitely once more, if not twice more, with the intent to try to get Floyd Mayweather back in the ring. I don't see it happening. I don't even think him having that 16-fight record here at the MGM is enough.
I feel like
Floyd
Floyd also, as a proud guy, would not even want to give the impression that Manny could get him out of retirement. Like, you think he controls me? He's gonna make me come out of retirement? I'm good. Like, yeah,
He'll treat it like he treated Broner when Broner was calling
he's
Floyd
like,
out.
nah, I'm good.
Laugh it off.
Yeah.
But they are poking the bear, and I like to see it. Manny Pacquiao wins this fight, so just calm down.
Who's he calling out?
My
Why don't
Filipino
you come out of?
just
Why don't you
calm
come
down.
out of
Yeah, I
retirement?
thought when
you
No,
calling everybody else to come out of
when-
retirement.
when
No.
You ain't doing nothing.
When
You
he-
fight.
when he was saying he
Shawn
knows
Porter
he
versus
sees the
Manny
play.
You act like you did something in sparring all those years. Why don't you try the real thing?
Nah, I'm rooting for everybody else.
Sean was like, I see the play. Wink.
Right. Watch out for the wink. That they know each other.
Yeah.
Real quick, D Smoke, what you got going on right now?
Well, right now I just released a new single, Nah Nah Nah, me featuring La Russell from the Bay Area, and Cherie, and I just finished filming a season of Mayor of Kingstown on Paramount Plus. Jeremy Renner's the lead of that. So
acting bag.
yeah, we finished season 4. I'm on seasons 2 through 4, and it's a good time, man. So in LA, I own a boxing gym. It's on Saturdays as of now. We're doing Saturday Boxing Academy. A lot of great sparring and stuff. So if y'all in town, pull up and
Got
stuff.
to.
Man, we'll have a good time. But
Great summer.
in the meantime, I got my nephew here, so he's 1-0 in the amateur. So
Shout out.
having him around all of this, but yeah.
He's somewhere. He's here.
He in the club somewhere?
No, he in
He's
the back
literally
room
in the
watching
building
this. He's in
somewhere.
this room
Yeah.
somewhere.
Did he just have
You
his
just don't
first
know where.
amateur fight?
Huh?
Did he just have it recently, his first
In
fight?
February, I believe.
Congrats to
Yeah,
you.
1-0. Yeah.
Also, real quick, before we do wrap, I know we got a small crowd in here today, but if there was anyone who happened to have a question, anything about the Pacquiao fight, Mario Barrios fight, the PorterWay Podcast,
Backyard
fights
baseball.
coming up, anything, we do have a moment or two if anyone has any questions. Shout out to Alex, man. Thanks for coming through today.
Go ahead, D-Smoke.
And if I could add one thing, I go on tour in the fall in October, and tour tickets are on sale. So
You
y'all can
stopping
check
here?
that out. Huh?
You got to stop here?
I don't have a stop
I
in
had to
Vegas.
stop here, man.
That's
We just
crazy.
wanna drive
But we
down
could do
the
a one-off in Vegas. That's
Okay.
not, I've done Vegas for sure, but just not on tour.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Sean, there was 1 or 2 times D held the mic, and I was like, oh, that's how a rapper holds the mic. They really do.
Yo, so look, by knockout. No.
What's up, man? You wanna take us out with something? You got
That
Check us
costs.
out.
That costs.
ain't nothing crazy, you
My
know?
name,
Just a little
you
freestyle.
talking about a rap?
Yeah, you want to kick something?
My name is D-Smoke.
That's
Yeah, exactly.
Kick something real quick.
My name is D Smoke. It was good to see y'all. Both teams play hard. God bless and good night.
Yes, sir.
You got to
yes,
pay
sir.
for that, Sean.
I need a motivational message today.
Motivational message.
Yeah. No,
got nothing.
Nothing? No.
Motivational message is Pacquiao wins inside of 3 rounds. This.
Hey, I got a motivational message. Come down. Come here. Matt, come here.
Yeah, we'll bring
Come
Matt
on.
on real quick.
This
I
guy
got
right
one now.
here,
And you know what? And Matt ties into it, so
Yeah.
that'll work.
Oh, there you go.
That'll
This guy
work.
right here.
That will work.
Well, we was in New York, and we had fans always able to come out to the barbershops and everything and
You guys still
hang,
do those, by the way? Barbershop shows? Okay.
hang out with us. And this guy pulled up, and the knowledge for the game is out of this world. I've been impressed with him since I met him.
I think when we met him, he was 17 or 18.
Yeah, he's still in high school.
And he had his sister driving from Jersey
Now he's
to
30.
New York just to get with us. So you got to come in the light real
Oh,
quick.
they got him on
Yeah.
there. You can grab my spot.
You come
got
back
it?
here real quick. Cards are like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. Well,
So
you got something real quick?
No, I've been impressed with the kid ever since I met him. Sometimes you can see stuff in people. And he got that it factor. He was hungry to be in the boxing game. Got a medical degree? Something in the medical field?
Not a medical degree.
But in the medical, he got a degree.
I went to college.
Yeah, tried to make a doctor.
I graduated college.
But the kid was just impressed. I think impressed Shawn, that knowledge of the game. It was just, how long you love boxing?
Since Manny Pacquiao fought David Diaz. I don't know when that was. I was
2008.
a little kid. I was a little
March.
kid.
March of 2008.
I'm 23 right now, so that was. I was little. I was a little kid.
Let's talk about the moment when you came. You came up to the barbershop and met us.
Yeah.
We've been rocking ever since.
So I watched you guys before when you guys were still doing it at, I think it was Sean's house. You guys just did a table. And then I was like, man, this is genius. I like this idea of a boxer doing a podcast because I just like watching people that are great at what they do. So to see Shawn, I like watching Shawn fight. So you guys came to New York for, I think it was Tank and Rolly. And then I was like, oh my God, I want to, pull up on these guys because you guys did a barbershop show. So I was like, let me pull up. I DM'd Antt, and I was like, Shawn's not going to see it. Probably doesn't use social media. Let me hit the nicest guy that's probably going to answer, and he did. So ever since then, we've been in contact, and it's just, a dream come true, honestly, because imagine, I come from a family of, people working in healthcare and stuff like that. I was expected to do something like that, but, seeing Manny was just, crazy. And if anybody doesn't know, this past week, I told Shawn, I was like, Shawn, we need to go see Manny at Wildcard. Shawn was like, hey, let's do it next week. And so we booked the flights. We were there. Everybody loved Shawn at Wildcard. They pulled out the red carpet for us. I got this shirt for free. But obviously, I've grown up watching Manny Pacquiao. He's been such a crazy inspiration. So to see it come full circle, we got to see Manny train and everything. So shout out to Shawn, shout out to everybody on the show because, man, I'm literally doing what I love. So it's crazy. So shout out to everybody. Yeah.
And that goes into my motivational message, and then we'll shout out all of the sponsors, everyone who was a part of this, and then we'll get up out of here. But I did a talk earlier this week, and I said, if people don't believe in you, if people don't believe in your vision, you have to keep moving past those people who don't believe in you and don't believe in your vision. If you are a planner, if you are someone that knows that you can execute something, and you know what God is giving you, that vision, go for it. And get people on your train that believe in you. Make people part of your team that understand your vision, understand what you're headed after. Because once you get there, you look up and it looks beautiful. And everyone around you that believed in you, they'll be proud of you. They'll be proud of themselves for supporting you, for being there for you. So thank you all for being here with me, with the PorterWay Podcast. Yes, sir.
Yeah, just one more thing. Shawn, one thing about Shawn that a lot of people don't know is how accessible he is, and he's probably the nicest guy in boxing because I will ask, Shawn knows, I ask him for things immediately. Shawn, need a credential. Bang. I need to meet Manny. Bang. I didn't meet Manny long enough. Bang. We're in his apartment. Bang. Yeah. That's just the type of person Shawn Porter is, so it's not like he's just helping me out one time. He does it time and time again. He answers the phone real fast. So him and Manny, these two guys, meeting them both, the nicest guys in boxing. So just if I had any sense of motivation to give to anybody, I would say surround yourself with positive thoughts, positive actions, because you are who you have to build that world with positive thoughts. That's your reality. Your thoughts are what your world become. And I surround myself with good people. I got a good life. So shout out to Shawn for always, doing his thing. But, you got to attack life. If you don't go after what you want, it's not going to come to you. You can pray about it. You can dream about it. You should pray. You should dream. But you got to go out and get it.
There it is, man. That's how you end the show with some motivation. And I got to give a huge shout out to the partners who helped make this thing happen. HyperX, Luxor, Eureka Ergonomic, and the team, the whole team over here at Allied Esports. Thank you for bringing this production to life. Don't forget, y'all, you can scan that QR code. Pacquiao versus Barrios tomorrow night. Great undercard, great fights. Should be a great night. This is the PorterWay.
Manny's winning tomorrow night. Manny's winning tomorrow night, baby.
They didn't clear us.